The year was 2004, a year that would mark a significant turning point in the history of southern India. For over 2 decades, the dense jungles of southern India had provided refuge to a ruthless criminal, Veerappan. These forests, spanning the states of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, were his domain, a labyrinthine fortress that shielded him from the law. Veerappan was a deadly force, responsible for countless murders and kidnappings. His infamy spread far and wide, making him one of the most wanted men in India. His reign of terror was marked by brutality and cunning, evading capture time and again. Finally, in October, a carefully planned operation swung into action, its name Operation Cocoon. This operation was the culmination of years of intelligence gathering, planning and strategizing by the Indian police and special forces. The mission to capture Veerappan and bring his reign of terror to an end. The operation was meticulously planned, with every detail scrutinized to ensure success. The officers involved knew that failure was not an option. This was not the first attempt to apprehend the notorious bandit. Over the years, numerous manhunts have been launched, each one ending in frustration and failure. Previous efforts had failed, often ending in bloodshed. Veerappan's intimate knowledge of the terrain and his network of informants always kept him one step ahead of the authorities. Operation Cocoon, however, was different. This time, the authorities were determined to leave no stone unturned. They had learned from past mistakes and were ready to adapt their strategies. It was led by a team of determined officers with an intricate understanding of Veerappan's tactics and the challenging terrain he exploited. These officers had spent months studying every aspect of the jungle and Veerappan's movements. Hope for justice, long extinguished, flickered anew. The people of the region, who had lived in fear for so long, dared to believe that the end of Veerappan's tyranny was near. The stage was set for a confrontation that would change the region's landscape forever. The outcome of Operation Cocoon would not only determine the fate of Veerappan, but also bring a sense of closure to the countless victims of his crimes. Veerappan's name sent shivers down the spines of villagers and officials alike. His reign of terror spanned over 2 decades, leaving an indelible mark on the regions he haunted. Born in a small village, Veerappan's early life was marked by poverty and hardship, which perhaps sowed the seeds of his future criminal endeavors. He began his criminal career as a sandalwood smuggler, exploiting the valuable trees found in the forests straddling the states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The dense forests provided the perfect cover for his illegal activities, allowing him to evade law enforcement with relative ease. His knowledge of the terrain was unparalleled, making him a formidable adversary. But his ambitions soon grew, fueled by violence. Veerappan was not content with just smuggling. He sought power and control. His operations expanded, and so did his notoriety. The forests echoed with tales of his ruthlessness as he eliminated anyone who stood in his way. Veerappan's crimes escalated from poaching to extortion, kidnapping and murder. He targeted wealthy landowners, businessmen and even government officials, demanding exorbitant ransoms. His brutality knew no bounds, and his methods were often gruesome, instilling fear in the hearts of many. He amassed a small army of loyal followers, terrorizing locals and evading capture with ease. These men were fiercely loyal, bound by a code of silence and the promise of wealth. Together they formed a formidable force capable of outmaneuvering the police and forest rangers at every turn. His victims included police officers, forest rangers, and even a popular Kannada film star Rajkumar, whom he held captive for over 3 months. This high-profile kidnapping brought Veerappan international notoriety, as the media closely followed the dramatic events. The entire nation watched in suspense, hoping for Rajkumar's safe return. Veerappan became a symbol of lawlessness, his name synonymous with fear and brutality. His ability to evade capture for so long baffled authorities and added to his legend. The stories of his exploits were passed down, creating an almost mythical figure whose shadow loomed large over the region. Even today, the name Veerappan evokes a sense of dread and fascination. Leading the charge against Veerappan were 2 exceptional officers, K.V.J. Kumar, the chief of the Special Task Force, and N.K. Senthamarai Kannan, the superintendent of police of the STF. Both men possessed impressive track records, known for their unwavering dedication and strategic brilliance. Kumar, a soft-spoken but steely-eyed officer, was renowned for his meticulous planning and deep understanding of counterinsurgency operations. Cannon, on the other hand, was known for his bravery and ability to gather intelligence from even the most remote villages. Together they formed a formidable duo, their complementary skills proving crucial in the fight against Veerappan. Operation Cocoon was a masterpiece of strategic planning and execution. Knowing that a direct assault on Veerappan's jungle hideout would be suicidal, Kumar and Cannon devised a plan to lure him out. They used a combination of human intelligence, cutting-edge technology, and carefully planted misinformation. First, they spread rumors that Veerappan was seeking medical attention for his failing eyesight. Then they planted a mole, disguised as an eye doctor, within Veerappan's network. The mole gained Veerappan's trust and convinced him to leave the safety of the jungle for treatment. Unbeknownst to Veerappan, every move he made was being tracked. The net was closing in. On the night of October 18, 2004, Veerappan and his associates boarded an ambulance, believing they were headed for a medical facility. They had fallen for the STF's carefully laid trap. As the ambulance approached a checkpoint, the STF ambushed the vehicle. A fierce firefight ensued. Veerappan and his men, taken by surprise, were hopelessly outmatched. When the dust settled, Veerappan lay dead, his reign of terror finally over. 3 of his associates were also killed in the encounter, while the rest were captured. In the aftermath of Veerappan's death, the news sent shockwaves throughout the region. The notorious bandit who had evaded capture for decades was finally brought down. His death marked the end of a long and bloody chapter in the history of southern India. People poured out onto the streets, celebrating the end of an era defined by fear. For many, it was a moment of immense relief and joy. The shadow that Veerappan had cast over their lives was finally lifted, and they could now look forward to a future without the constant threat of violence and extortion. The STF recovered a vast cache of weapons and ammunition from Veerappan's hideouts, along with a significant amount of cash. These discoveries highlighted the extent of his operations and the resources he had amassed over the years. The sheer volume of arms and money seized was a testament to the scale of his criminal empire. However, the aftermath of the operation was not without controversy. Public forums and news panels buzzed with debates and discussions. Some people raised questions about the methods used by the police and the ethical implications of the operation. The controversy added a complex layer to the narrative of Veerappan's demise. Some questioned the circumstances surrounding Veerappan's death, alleging that it was a staged encounter. Investigative journalists and human rights activists demanded transparency and accountability. They argued that the rule of law should prevail even when dealing with notorious criminals. Others debated the manner of his burial, with his family claiming his body. The funeral rites became a point of contention, reflecting the deep divisions in public opinion about Veerappan. While some saw him as a ruthless criminal, others viewed him as a complex figure shaped by his circumstances. Despite these controversies, one thing remained clear. Operation Cocoon had brought a sense of relief and justice to a region long terrorized by a ruthless criminal. The successful operation was a significant achievement for law enforcement and a turning point for the communities affected by Veerappan's reign of terror. The region could now begin to heal and rebuild, free from the fear that had gripped it for so long. The success of Operation Cocoon was a testament to the bravery and dedication of the STF personnel involved. K. Vijay Kumar and N.K. Senthamarai Cannon, the architects of the operation, were hailed as heroes. Their strategic brilliance and unwavering commitment to justice were recognized at the highest levels. Both officers were awarded the President's Police Medal for Gallantry, one of the highest honors bestowed upon police personnel in India. Their story became an inspiration, demonstrating that even the most elusive criminals could be brought to justice with meticulous planning, courage, and unwavering determination. The end of Veerappan brought a collective sigh of relief to the people living in the shadow of his terror. The fear that had gripped their lives for years began to dissipate, replaced by a sense of security and hope for a future free from violence. However, some questions lingered. What would become of the vast network of informants and collaborators that had enabled Veerappan's reign? Would the underlying issues of poverty, and lack of development that had contributed to his rise be addressed? These questions highlighted the complexities of the situation, reminding everyone that the fight for justice and security was far from over. Operation Cocoon stands as a landmark achievement in the annals of Indian law enforcement. It marked the end of a dark chapter, a testament to the courage and strategic acumen of those who risked their lives to bring a dangerous criminal to justice. The operation serves as a reminder that even the most deeply entrenched criminal networks can be dismantled with determination and unwavering commitment. While Veerappan's reign of terror may be over, Operation Cocoon continues to inspire, reminding us that justice, though sometimes delayed, can ultimately prevail.